Welcome to the next level, the next level.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us. Another edition of STAXX.CLUB Live NFT Tuesday. We've got a very special guest and friend tonight, Karl Wickman, joining us. TROLLCOIN extraordinaire, longtime streamer, crypto vet, aficionado. Thanks for joining us, man. Good to have you tonight. Doc as well. Always good to see you. Let's go around the room here. Just say hello. Doc, how the hell are you tonight, man? Good to see you.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Been a hot couple weeks here in Ohio, but cooled off today. We had some rain come through, so I'm chilling out on the porch, enjoying the weather, ready to talk crypto and NFTs with a couple buddies.
The porch stream, I love it, man. I love it. Karl, man, good to see you. I know we haven't talked a while, and we haven't had you on our STAXX.CLUB Live, so it's nice to see you. It's nice to see your face. How the hell are you, man?
I gotta say, thank you for having me on. It's an honor.
It's an honor. Listen to you. You don't have to say that kind of stuff.
No, I'm serious. I've been watching you guys from a distance, a little bit here and there, not paying enough attention, obviously, but I see you guys, on a steady upward climb, and I'm really glad to see that. So all is good over here.
I appreciate you saying that, and we are. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, right? This club was formed by a group of people doing exactly what we're sitting here doing right now, shooting the shit, talking about crypto, trying to help each other, getting, prevent their faces from getting ripped off, trying to help each other from scams, trying to help each other stand up projects, right? Businesses. Now, right? Some of the people that maybe have come into the, through the 2016, 2017 alumni, if you want to call them that, right, have kind of found homes in other places, other projects. Because you know how it goes sometimes, Karl, like you kind of come for the excitement, you come for a rush, you come for a bull run, you come for the quick gains, and then you kind of realize there's other stuff going on, right? And that's what this club, is like organically doing right now. Started off just kind of, an idea. Hey, let's throw a website together. Maybe we could, throw some networking together and start combining professionals that are all over crypto right now. And remove some of those secular walls too, right? Which maybe we'll talk about tonight. You know how it is, there's a lot of competition among coins, if you want to call them that, or projects or whatever. But man, a lot of us are here doing the same thing with the same ideals, with the same kind of respect for each other, with the same idea of building better payment structures and systems for, people long term, as well as now, like what we were talking about before the show, like entertainment, right? Entertainment and crypto go together like peas and carrots, and we're just starting to scratch the surface of the possibilities of like, what this all could look like in the future, at least the way I think. Something else we want to talk about tonight, though, is obviously TROLLCOIN, near and dear to all of our hearts, right? And if you haven't been, around the block around crypto, I'll share my screen and, we'll get his socials out there too, so you can follow that. But TROLLCOIN's actually, we're not going to joke about it. We're going to seriously talk about TROLLCOIN tonight as a blockchain, as a cryptocurrency, as well as a tool, right? A tool to be used for marketing, to help your members if you're a community manager, right? Run it in your Discords, right? Tipping. This is exactly what cryptocurrency is great for, right? I mean, take the mic there, buddy. Like, this is exactly the wheelhouse of what people are doing right now.
And trolling, I might add.
And trolling and having fun, damn it.
100%. People are so serious. That's as far as TROLLCOIN, everything you said is true. I would like to add that it's a gutter gem. It's a valuable thing right out in the open that nobody pays attention to. And you know what? There are a lot of developers out there that, this would be their absolute nightmare because, let's face it, there's a part of us all, we want to make money, we want to get rich.
Of course.
But
And it's incentivization, right, is why a lot of us are here, right?
100%. But there's more to life than just being ridiculously rich. And that's what TROLLCOIN is here for.
I don't know if that's ever been there's been a worse intro for a product, but let's keep going because I really want to see where this heads. I'm gonna put the socials in here. Go follow TROLLCOIN and definitely follow Karl. If you have not followed him, this guy's been around the block. So, and he's taken the punches on the chin. He's been involved in the projects. He's seen a lot of hype phases, people come and go. And he's also doing his own streams. He's been running his own tournaments for years. We were talking about Fightcade, man. Like, no offense, but you are a legend. Like, maybe you don't, call yourself that. I don't think you give yourself enough credit, honestly. So pat yourself on the back from me. We've watched you for years too. I've participated. I've watched your streams. I have to admit, I was terrible playing like Street Fighter and trying to do it through Fightcade. So I didn't enter a lot of the tournaments. But that doesn't mean that I didn't appreciate what you're doing. You know what I mean?
I fully understand. And like we were talking about marketing earlier, it's it's very easy to take things personally, but you never know the full story. And when it comes to marketing, it's all business and you can never reach everyone. You can never reach yourself. I know that makes no sense. I'm listening to myself talking right now and I'm not making sense. But
no, it makes sense. And we understand what you're saying. I'm gonna share it too so we can just kind of get interactive here.
But thank you for that. I do am a little bit of a legend. I recognize that. But as a narcissist, you got to push that down and just kind of work on that humble pie. So that's why I come across as such a nice guy.
No, we know that's bullshit. We know you are a nice guy. You can't lie. And there are, that comes out in your streams too. And you can tell that you have a lot of fun doing some of that stuff too. Go out and follow his Twitch too, twitch.tv Arcadium's right there on his
addicted
Twitter
to Warzone right now, so that's all you're gonna get.
Playing some Warzone, but that's okay because that's what we want to talk about tonight too, right? So troll aside just for a minute. So again, if you haven't explored TROLLCOIN and you're looking for something fun to get into in a project with, again, one of the most established projects in all of cryptocurrency now, right? Been around since what, 2015? Is that correct?
NFTs since 1973. It's right there on the
1973.
Yeah.
Right there. Been around for longer than I've been alive. He's been into NFTs, guys.
I don't know whether to be serious or whether to be a troll. And this is the problem of having been the developer of TROLLCOIN. And I use that term loosely since 2013. Well, no, I'm sorry, 2014. Because you have to stay true to the product, whether you're the creator of Litecoin, Bitcoin, in which case we don't know who that person is, but whatever. You have to play the part. And when it comes to TROLLCOIN, the beauty of TROLLCOIN is you don't know what's real and what's not. And for me, the small but amazing community that we have been able to find are all people that I would consider either friends or amazing acquaintances or just overall amazing people. And I know I've been a part of a lot of crypto communities over the years,
Right.
and it's usually the same thing. You have the beggars, the whiners, the fudsters, the developers, those that truly believe in the technology. And when it comes to Trollcoin, the community, it's just a bunch of people that like to have fun. And you get the occasional fudster that's thinking that they're gonna do what they do on Bitcoin Talk or wherever else people
Sure.
you know
There's
I'm
always
dating
negative
myself.
Nancy's out there trying to,
Right.
trying to
Yeah,
be negative.
but that's Trollcoin is a community you can explore. You can use the crypto.
I can buy Punch
As
Out, seriously, for 28,000 troll.
you can, yeah. And I've spent a good many hours putting up items here, and I've barely scratched the surface of my personal collection of video games. I have tens of thousands of items in my studio that I eventually one day hope to put up for sale. We have some other merchants there as well, not just what I put up.
I was going
Bob,
to talk about your studio. So if you haven't watched his show before, who the hell are you at this point? No. Seriously, he's got a great Twitch stream, so go out and check it out. But his studio was kind of what he was talking about. And I actually watched, I mean, that took you a long time, right? You like rehab, you have a big place though. Tell us about like the place. I wanted to pull up some pictures if you have it, like
You
of like
can
where
maybe
you're doing
Google
your.
just Arcadium,
Okay.
or let me see if I can pull up something good.
Yeah, because I want to show people. I mean, you put a lot of work into that thing. It's gorgeous.
yeah, it is.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
So it started in, I want to say, 2012, when me and my fiance moved into the house where we're currently living. You can see top right there. That's an older version of Arcadium.
So this is what the original one started off like. I mean, this is like
That's probably 2014.
A Nintendo Kids Playhouse right there, which I mean, I would just dive in there and you might not find me for like weeks. And just throw
Right.
some food and water in there.
That's usually how people, that's sort of the reaction. People that are into video games or whatnot, they walk in and they just kind of, they're silent and they're just
Yeah,
kind of
just leave me alone. I'll be in here
Yeah.
for, the unforeseeable amount of time.
But yeah, so I started with basically, imagine an empty garage, a large, almost three car garage, but it had not been used for probably 3 decades. You can see the concrete floor with the cracks; they're still there. I've painted the floor now. There was rat feces everywhere. There was stuff from the past 3 tenants, just
Yeah.
absolute junk. It took me, I think, a good year before the place became even remotely habitable. And then I started, doing my broadcasting, and I got into, fighting games. So I started building arcade fight sticks with a good friend of mine, the General. And it took off from there. We started live streaming on Twitch, and then the tournament took off. And then I found this Southern California Street Fighter 2 community, which became an obsession. I started traveling to Las Vegas for the Evo tournaments and broadcasting there, and built more fight sticks for tournaments and for myself. And for the stream, I built a bunch of cardboard fight sticks. If you know what a fight stick is. Oh, by the way, I found that the Traxxas. We'll talk about that later. But anyway. And as a result of having a large space, you're constantly working on it. You're getting studio equipment. Of course, there's a lot of space that you can fill up. So I started collecting video games because I'm a total gamer nerd as well. So I've been collecting heavily video games as an investment probably all my life, ever since I grew up. I started with I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Game & Watch, which was one of Nintendo's first little things. It's like basically a portable, it's kind of like a portable Nintendo DS, but it was just, like the black and white LCD matrix screen. That was my first thing, Mario Cement Factory, which is worth
I remember that. Yeah,
fortune
vaguely.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
Some of those
you
are
know,
probably worth a lot of money. Those other like relics and stuff like that that really didn't have a whole lot of volume, right? They were produced.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, and of course, like everything else that's collectible, and this is where it all ties in to what we're going to talk about later, NFTs, of course. It all comes down to collectability and how much someone's willing to spend on it. So yeah, some of the stuff that I have, at Arcadium, the studio, um, I bought for like $1, $2, $5, and especially now since the whole coronavirus thing, 2020, but even before then, uh, where video games back in what 1989, 1990s was just it was a nerd thing. People didn't care for it. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar business, bigger than the movie industry, right?
Yep.
You've got I'm looking at everything that you're going through.
I'm
I
just
found
going
that for
through your pictures
$2.
now on your Twitter.
Yeah.
I like the bag of dog shit. What was
Hey,
that for?
I think I was talking about TROLLCOIN or something.
Let's go
You
look
know,
at it.
I am a
Yeah.
shitcoin aficionado, so
A
I
shit
just
ton
I
of
pick
fuck out
stuff
of
up
it.
from the ground because you never know, 10 years from now,
You'll have
you
to
never
What
know.
you'll be able to sell it for, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hell,
you'll
you
have,
never know. You might be able to eBay it right now.
we'll have to have them for a Saturday shit show too. So we've actually been looking at a lot of NFTs recently in the club. But not just for like NFTs for collecting. This is a huge business now, right? And flipping and trading NFTs, as you've heard, right, is becoming quite the thing. So we're talking about OpenSea millionaires now, right? Flipping those JPEGs, and that's what everybody keeps joking around about. But there's two sides to this, right? There is a real market, and there's market factors that are just like any other market, right? And clearly these things are not going away. So there's that. And then there's the other side where, okay, do all these have the value that they're being, presented in the way they are right now, right? And then you have to start talking about NFTs as categories, right? So what are you talking about? Are you talking about Ethereum punks? Are you talking about, an engine game like we were talking about Lost Relics, before just kind of chatting? Are we talking about wax, blockchain now, right? Like, or, it could be really several
Crypto
others now.
kitties.
Yeah, it could be kitties, could be on Matic, Polygon, you could be talking to Central Land. So again, it's almost like you're gonna have to break down it what you're talking about specifically now, right? And I'll agree that there's a lot of junk on markets, quote unquote, but you know how this goes, right? So art is subjective, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. However, literally blank NFTs are going for sale right now for 1 Ethereum. I mean, you're buying like a blank, it's a
Basically,
blank
the
JPEG,
transaction.
right? Yeah, it's a white screen, right?
Yep. You're buying the transaction on the blockchain, and that's it.
Yes, and paying some extra gas fees for it right now, right? So
Out of gas.
I'm a realist, and we've been talking with a lot of people, and I want to kind of get your opinion here too, right? So you said that yourself that you kind of been on the outside watching. A lot of people, even in cryptocurrency that are familiar with it, that kind of understand the ropes, and are more, I don't want to say traditionalists, but familiar with traditional blockchain stuff, right? Then all of a sudden this NFT mania hits, and I find that a lot of people are starting to come to me because I'm the quote unquote NFT guy now or whatever. They're asking me values on things, and it's like, oosh, let's talk about that for a second. Like we were talking about, like, there's literally there's baseball cards that are, MLB is minted on the Wax blockchain now, right? The first ever MLB series last year was minted on the Wax blockchain. Those NFTs are expensive, right? A lot of money per NFT. Now, people are asking me the value on those, and I'm like, I couldn't fucking tell you. I have no idea if that $100 card is worth $100 or 1,000, or if it's going to be worth 10 cents tomorrow, right? I really can't tell you that, right? How do you put a value on some of these things? One, because there's no precedence, right? There's no historical anything other than what somebody previously paid for it, and then two, right? Some of these collections, especially the stuff on OpenSea, have such a small amount of NFTs that almost anybody with, some coin or Ethereum or whatever can manipulate these markets. And I don't want to say manipulate in a bad way, but you know what I mean. Buy the shit out of it, pump it, and then dump it, right? And that is happening, right? And there's also bots involved. So there's, again, I feel like we're almost kind of at the beginning of this, and people are like, "Oh, NFTs are dead. It's a bubble." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, like you hold it. We are just starting, right? Like you have no idea what you're talking about if that some shit like that comes out of your mouth.
That said, I do think we are in for a big correction eventually, just like after the ICO craze in 17 and early 18, I do think we're in for a big correction eventually. But having said that, I think it'll weed out the bullshit. And then you'll see some of these NFTs that are holding value, create some type of utility for their community, whether it's, future drops or being whitelisted into, certain areas of the collection. There's going to be different deciding factors. It's going to be for the market to decide, though. I mean, obviously now we're seeing all this elevated stuff, like you said, you got ether rocks, you got blank pages, and beyond that, you've got all this legitimate stuff that's generative art, but then you've got a lot of copycats or quote unquote tribute collections,
Yeah, no, we can look at this stuff, right? I mean, yeah.
And you have different blockchains. I mean, Solana right now is sort of picking up steam.
Yep.
Come here.
There are a lot of different ways to look at it, right? And I agree. I think that there will be a correction of some kind in the NFT markets, but it's gonna be different, right? This is not a coin dump, and
Right. Your first movers are still going to hold their value, obviously.
they're illiquid, so you can't just dump this, right? If you own a lot of them, you can put them on the market, but if they don't sell, right, if there's nobody there to buy them, then the price is not going to go down. They're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to have an illiquid market where there's a bunch of offers and no
Which
bidders.
is kind of what happened with wax over the last few months, as the market was calming down and correcting and this and that. Atomic Hub pretty much died off unless it was a brand new project that was real hyped. You could get a good week or two out of the secondary, and then it just dies off. So I will say though, it has been good to see some of it's been picking back up on wax.
I haven't looked recently. I've been involved, or I say involved. I've been looking and buying shit off of wax. Like I just can't. When it comes to wax, I just can't keep wax in my wallet.
Right.
And I know, Karl, have you been playing with wax at all? Like we can look at the wax chain. I can give you a little wax education tonight if you want.
I tried to get in on that Street Fighter
Yep.
thing, and I missed it, sadly.
I
That
bought
was
some
my
of those
first-
packs. I had some of those, and that was really more like a collectible thing, and you could burn some of them, and it was kind of a cool drop. But again, they never really came like with much utility or the game to it. It was more just like a collection thing. And honestly, I'm more of a fan of like the old school Street Fighter than I am some of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was still cool, and it was neat that they did it on wax because it makes it easy, and I think the wax blockchain is very easy to use. However, this is some of the stuff that we were even talking about with David Schwartz from Litecoin. It's like if you're talking to the fundamentalists, right? These are just straight up USD cash grabs, Karl. Like, Street Fighter, Capcom dump, their NFT collection on there, and they didn't. It was not even wax involved, right? It was credit card sales. We don't give a shit. USD in our pockets. Let's go, right?
Okay.
And then it's like, is that good or is that bad for crypto? if people come here for the Street Fighter cards and then they stay, right? Is that okay? Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. Absolutely. I mean, anytime, you know, a no coiner or a normie, whether it be Capcom or, um, you know, Amazon or whatever, recognizes cryptocurrency, any aspect of it, at least in a positive manner, of course, that's a net gain for crypto. And I want to go back to what you were talking about earlier, not to get away from NFTs.
No, not at all.
But you know how there's so much competition between blockchains and everything. And the way I've approached crypto from early on is, you know, you have to look at crypto as a whole. It's not about whether Ethereum or Bitcoin is the king.
Yep.
You're either in crypto or you're not yet in crypto. Those are your only two options right now. So whether you're working on some shitcoin, whether you're into TROLLCOIN, whether you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you know, whether you like it or not, we are all in this together, except for
Yes.
the scammers.
Yes.
That,
And there's
of
a lot of
course,
them too. Actually, there's not that many of them. We just do a poor job of, you know, giving them the horrible death they deserve, right? Because that's
yeah,
something that our communities need to pull together to do a better job of, is literally booting these people like off the face of the planet, you
Yep.
know, with like a smart way to do it, not what we do today. I mean, how many of these do you guys see, like, you know, scamming people like the Randys of the world? And he's still out there. Like, how is this guy not arrested? You know, like we talk about that all the time. Like, you know, I'm not gonna name names, but there are some straight up freaking people that do not deserve businesses in cryptocurrency that for some reason still have them, and I don't understand some of that other than, you know, laws and legal stuff. But man, it seems like the community should be coming together to boot these people out, right? And I still feel like man, you really nailed it on the head. Like, we're all in crypto, we're all crypto nerds. You know, a lot of us have, you know, different avenues, different things that we're involved in or interested in, and different ideals, right? But we're all here, you know, and we just don't work together very well right now. A lot of us seem to be very fragmented, or like, you know, again, I don't know if it's secular or what. And some of that's too, we're businesses, you know, we're focused on our own goals. And some of those might be, you know, more individual in nature. But man, doesn't it feel like as effed up as the world is right now, that if we can't get together and start dropping some of this nonsense when it comes to like maximalism, or, you know, my chain is better than yours garbage, and start like really building some real stuff, I mean, damn, you know, if we can't do it now, Carl, like when the hell is it gonna happen, right?
I think they're always going to be there. And as far as the scammers are concerned, uh, I mean, unless you guys have some better ideas, I think the best thing we can do now today for anyone and everyone that's into cryptocurrency and wants cryptocurrency to grow, whether it's their, you know, their whatever, their own bags or the whole thing, you know, is to, like you said, educate people. You know, it starts with just, you know, telling someone, hey, that's a scam, that's a scam.
Yep.
That DM that you just got, those Discord server messages, this and this and that, and this is how you, you know, this is how you weed it out. And it's not difficult for us that have been in this for a long time. And it's I've spent a lot of time and effort on a daily basis, not to toot my own horn, but just constantly talking publicly and talking to friends and family and everyone I know that even dares ask about cryptocurrency, you know, for the no coiners, is like, okay, crypto is great, but you can't just walk in and think that you're going to Amazon and you're going to make a purchase. There's a process to this, and you better be prepared. Which
Yep.
is why crypto has, you know, been growing slowly, but
Yep.
still at an
Still
explosive rate.
hurdles. Definitely still hurdles to
That's
overcome.
a
Yeah.
great point.
We were talking about that with David just the other night, you know, and how we need to have it more streamlined, just like crypto needs to be for average Joe to accept crypto for their daily life. It needs to be usable without them realizing they're using crypto.
I just had an epiphany, if I could jump in.
Yeah.
That's why NFTs have blown up so quickly. It's because whether whether the NFT is issued by a scammer or not doesn't matter, because you're just buying art. And if you
Yeah.
enjoy the art, if you like the art, if you're a no coiner, you're like, okay, I want to buy this. What do I need to do? Okay, you just, you get some Ethereum, a lot of Ethereum, and then you buy it, and now you have it. Now you are the one true owner of this piece of NFT, and it makes it very simple for no coiners to understand, because you have that physical element of the NFT. No, a lot of people, most people that buy NFTs, I would assume, have no idea about this, the scripting and the actual non-fungible token that
Nor
is
do they
attached
care.
to that piece of art.
Nor do they care. Yeah.
No, they
And
just they see a price and they see value, and then of course, the assumption that if I buy it for 1 Ethereum, next week I can sell it for 10. Of course.
Right. Well, those are the expectations that people are going to start getting crushed on, because I can already see them starting to enter these markets with those expectations. Remember, the people that are getting filthy rich on these, NFTs are the ones that bought them years ago and they've been sitting. And some of these collections, like the curio cards that are about to go to, auctions at Christie, probably a set of them is going to go for a couple of $1 million. That was a dead project. I mean, and again, not a dead project as in like they forgot about it, but like, it was just there was dust collecting on it, right?
Well,
They had
just like
finished their
Travis.
project and it was completed. It just didn't get super successful,
Well,
right?
like Travis said, he was getting ready to start taking the vending machines down.
Right. And they literally blew up, and this thing is like resurgent now, because they were they are some of the first, art ever minted on the Ethereum blockchain. And these guys were doing it, before there was user interfaces, like before there was even 1120 or 1100 coins, right? Like literally, these are literally ERC20 coins, and they were like, there was no instruction manual, and they had to figure this shit out. And not only did they do that, but they created smart contracts, a burning mechanism, a vending machine. Literally, this whole freaking project is so awesome, but it's more awesome because they did it without any help, right? Like they totally did it on their own. This guy Rhett, I mean, we gotta learn more about him because he's like this total underground legend too, like very aloof, but he's like a MIT guy, like literally one of the smartest people on the planet that had to be involved in this project to make it happen. And it's an art project, right? Like a collection of artists came together to create this project, and it's kind of like laid out in a sequential, almost kind of like the evolution of this project and crypto in way, shape, or form. I don't know if we've done plenty of coverage on it, and if you want to talk about it, we can. But again, right, the value of the like Ethereum part of this, right, is going crazy because of the historical value and the collector part of this that's kicking in now, right? So now it's super popular and very, pricey because of the first, right? Because it's the first Mona Lisa ever minted on the blockchain, because it's the first artwork ever minted on the blockchain, Ethereum blockchain, right? So this is a whole caveat that we haven't even talked about yet, right? NFTs as collector's items because of their historical value, right? Again, these are antiques. They're 4 years old, right? Like, I mean,
right.
We say we're early, blah, blah, this, we're so early, but we still are. And we still don't know how a lot of these things are going to work out. And then you take the flip side to that, right? And then I'm looking at MLB on Wax, which is new. It just dropped. It's the first ever, right? Is that going to be worth a lot of money in the future? I don't know, right? I mean, it's new, right? I don't know what I have no idea. But if it's, the dollar amount you're looking for, or like the wax value, or, people have to remember too, right, that just because something might have a dollar value on it, the last offer, that doesn't mean you can sell it for that much. You have to find a buyer for it too, right?
Right.
So, it's not like dumping a coin on the market either. And when we say there's going to be correction coming, this is kind of like this interesting topic now, right? Because I don't really know how that works. If I was holding half the punk market right now, which we can go look at, kind of the different markets, right? And I decided to dump, 10 or 20 really expensive punks on the market, are they going to sell immediately? Probably not.
And would that ruin the value of them if they're all sold in 5 minutes?
And the thing
Probably
about
not.
the Punks collection was they became so popular because they were the first, right? But they're not the first. The Curios was before that. There's actually a couple before that. They just became very popular
They were
because
the
they're
first
popular, right?
generative.
People like, yeah, they're like a Rolex. People like flexing them, you know, and showing their wallet off with a $220,000 NFT. And, you know, here's my punk number, la la la, and I put it on my Twitter, right?
Punk
Look at me,
number-
right? I'm
Punk
part of the
number
club.
88
What?
Punk number 8888 just sold for 2.2 million.
There you go, right? And again, I love it. I'm not saying anything bad about this. I think it's great because it makes a joke out of our current financial system, which is why I'm here, kind of like, right? Like, you know, again, you come for the excitement or the allure of making some money quick, and then you stay or you leave after the first bust or your first 90%
Right.
getting crushed or whatever that is. And some people stay and some people leave. And, you know, I'm here because I want to be here now. And obviously I've done well in the past couple of years, but that's only because I took those lumps, right? And a lot of us did in this club, and we're still here. And, you know, again, we paid our dues, so to speak, right, to the STAXX.CLUB. And now we're here, you know, now we're here doing a lot more fun stuff, the stuff you just talked about, right? Education, normalizing 90% losses, patting people on the back, saying, hey man, we've all been there before, dust yourself off, you know, like, yeah, this is not the end of the world, you can come back. This is a land of opportunity, especially right now, right? NFTs are definitely an opportunity though too. And I know I'm rambling, so you guys can stop me if you want, but we'll go look at some collections here. We have a couple of wheel spins to give some packs of cards away too, so we'll go look at a couple of wax projects. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is don't think of NFTs as just punks, right? That's one collection out on OpenSea that happens to be very, very popular right now. You know, could that value be inflated? Yes, right? Now you go look at a wax, which is a very smaller amount of volume. However, it's one of the most used blockchains right now, and is actually, you know, expanding and growing and using NFTs and platforms that are making it a lot easier to share things, very low fees. Right. The list goes on and on about pros, you know, on that blockchain, but it doesn't have the first mover advantage. It's not big like Ethereum. There's not billions of dollars on it. You know, people are just kind of learning about it. So it's interesting to watch that grow, you know, and honestly, there's a lot of utility on some of these wax NFTs, right? And games and like a lot of really cool shit that I like learning about. But the only way to get in there and learn is just to get in there, and you know, there's hundreds of these things popping up. There's games all over the place. You don't know, you know, is the developer real or not? Is the game actually going to be finished? Are you crowdsourcing something that they're not even going to complete? You know, if you're looking to, you know, invest in an NFT, what's your time frame? I mean, again, this is all new, right? Like NFTs to me, when I started goofing around with NFTs, right, it was like, cool, I can mint this and I can send it to your wallet, right? Like that was just the allure to me. Then I started playing video games, and I was doing like the engine games, and then I started kind of, that's when the light went off for me. I was like, oh, holy shit, you know, blockchain economies, like the way I see this working with scarcity and goods, moving away from that huge corporate model of these recycled games, you know, that are not paying anybody. You don't own your items, right? All those Nintendo games you have that we just looked at, right? If they were on the blockchain, we'd have every item of every game we've ever played in our life, right, still in our wallets, and we could trade them right now, right? So the future is going to look very different. You know, the future is definitely going to look very different for gaming, but it's not just gaming now, and it's not just art, right? Art is very easy to share things and put pieces of art on the blockchains and sell them to other people. And you know, no middlemen. You don't need contracts. It's very easy to do that, and you buy art because you like it, you know. And it doesn't have to be very expensive either. I've bought tons of art, right? Tons of art for 1-2 wax each, you know, 20-30 cents, just because I liked it. You know, it made me smile. You know, it made me sad, made me frown. It had something funny on it. you know, and never, no expectations beyond that. And then there's the, you know, there's the utilities, you know, now. So we have tokens that you hold in your wallet, and they take a snapshot of the wallets that all hold that token, and everybody that holds the membership token gets something from that project or that community. And it kind
That's
of,
cool.
yeah, it kind of gives like a sense of membership or belonging or
Right.
ownership into something. Again, very new, right? Very new technology. Nobody really, you know, kind of understands this yet, but I can tell you right now, every company on the planet's going to have something like this, some sort of digital offering, because they're going to have to compete with each other, right? That's how this always starts. It starts small, and you know, and then it blows up, right? That's how
Right, they'll
everything
have a
happens.
board meeting and they'll be like, guys, you know, look at what these guys are doing. You know, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. You know, we gotta compete with these guys. That's how it happens, and then it all blows up.
Yes, sir.
Imagine this too. Imagine coupons alone for companies. Companies have a lot of trouble sometimes tracking how much of their promotional coupons are actually being used. You know, especially when you go to some stores accept them, you know, just by you showing it to them. They don't actually scan it. So imagine a company issuing their coupons through NFT, especially once, you know, they realize they can do it on a blockchain like Polygon or Wax, or, you know, that makes it next to free for them to even mint, transact, whatever. So then they issue these non-fungible tokens, and then people can redeem them in store by scanning the QR on the NFT or whatever. And it helps companies track their reach, you know, as far as, you know, their marketing and whether their effectiveness is reaching the level. You know, there's plenty of different applications for NFTs that are yet to even be discovered, in my opinion. I mean, just like we've talked about before with, you know, your house deed or your car title, you know, your
Driver's license, that would be a logical
your
NFT.
driver's license is a big one, because especially, you know, not a lot of people know this, but your driver's license number is just like your social security number. Once it's issued, it doesn't change. So that's something that could be turned into a non-fungible token very easily and very effectively at the same time. Once that system's built, then the system for voting could be built, where you're using your ID to plug into voting. And then next thing you know, dude, verification. I mean, that's what we all love so much about blockchain. That's, you know, even if you did, like you said, come here for the money or come here for the quick buck, once you got here and you were smart enough to realize what was in front of you, you know, grasping on and holding on to that verifiable need we have, you know, it's an amazing attribute to blockchain, that's for sure.
The opportunities are endless when
Yes.
you really think about it, and you go, wow, what's the world going to look like in 10, 20, 30, 50 years?
Exactly. We're on the cusp of a huge shift.
It's the identifiable part of it, right? So there's two things that are very wrong with the world right now. You can just talk about, you know, some general stuff here. We're talking theory, right? High level, 60, 100,000 feet, right? Like, look at the world as a whole. A lot of the money is stacked at the top, and it didn't happen that way overnight. It's happened that way over the period of 100 years or more, right? And you say, you know, things like, oh, well, you know, that's capitalism or blah, blah, blah. It's not, right? What's happened in the last 100 years is called corporatism, right? So all of these huge corporations have bought out all the smaller companies because that's what they do, right? They acquire and assimilate. They don't compete with each other. And over time, you know, shit stacks higher and higher and higher and higher, right? To get to the point where we're at today, where special interests basically run the entire world. You know, money, just US dollars just run over everything. And, you know, we could talk about, you know, other stuff with public health and safety, which I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because I'm having a good night right now. But you know what I'm saying. You guys know exactly what the F I'm saying right now, right? Corporations have got away from their customers and their products, and they don't care anymore. And it shows, right? It shows in their products. It shows how they take care of people, which they don't. It shows that their support, which they don't, right? It shows in their products, which are old, crusty, boring. When you talk about video games, my God, man, like, I love video games, man. I've been a console guy, huge dork my whole life, right? Played video games. I've watched every title. I was basically searching for things 3 years ago that had NFTs or blockchain related, just so that I could get involved in them. And now, right, there's hundreds of them. They're like literally everywhere. Some of these may or may not be AAA titles, but like a Blankos is a beautiful game, right? And you and I can play some of that on stream if you want. Arcadium, we can get like
I would love to.
yeah, like a tournament going. We can play our own thing, bring the other guys in. That's a very cooperative thing. It's kind of like a EOS chain. Blankos is a super fun game. Now you got Axie Infinity. Look at the volume. They created their own chain. Now again, most of these NFT projects are on Ethereum, so Ethereum is still clearly the dominant chain, and where most of the money in the NFTs are living right now. But again, that doesn't make it the only thing. Definitely not. There's a lot of other cool stuff popping up all over the place. Xe Infinity made their own chain called Ronin, so they could basically do everything internally and not have to deal with the Ethereum gas fees. That seems to be the trend that's moving over towards a second layer solution like Matic and Polygon. Those are like the same thing, but they're basically providing that gateway to go out to do your micro transactions, so you don't have to keep doing them on the layer 1F and hitting a nail with a sledgehammer and paying those ridiculous fees. NBA Top Shot, did their Flow blockchain. So that was kind of like a unique one, but you guys know the NBA Top Shot has exploded in the last year as well. I don't collect those. You guys can talk about them if you want. Doc, you've been a little bit more involved in that than I have, but the MLB was interesting because it came out on Wax. So you see we're scrolling down here. We're getting into the 70s now. And then like Alien Worlds is the biggest, highest transaction game on the Wax chain right now. And it does have, I think they said something like 20 million users or something right now, which sounds insane.
Really?
Yeah, but it's wallets. And it's like a mining thing where you'll just have to go experiment it for yourself. Basically, you set up tools.
I'm writing things down right now.
Yeah. You set up tools and then you go mine on different planets. And right now it's kind of like a beta setup, but it's interesting, and you're mining real cryptocurrency. And I had a few thousand TLM it's called, and it got listed on Binance and freaking went to like $1 from below a couple of cents, like almost overnight. So again, there is opportunity there too. These are very low market cap kind of, coins and situations, but unfortunately there's a lot of pump and dump activity and some of that stuff too. Splinterlands, that's a huge one. Man, that's a great game. If you're into like the turn-based like card games, for sure. Beautiful artwork. That's a very polished product that's been around for a while now. Our Planet's a huge Wax game that I would definitely recommend checking out, because that's like staking. So you can stake your NFTs on Our Planet, and you get like a drip from their cryptocurrency. So there are some. There's definitely Funkos on Wax, right?
No way.
Yeah,
What?
I participated in that first drop, and I actually got a legendary card. So it's linked up to a physical Funko, and they're gonna mail it to me. Like, how cool is that, dude?
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, and the physical combined with the NFT blockchain part of it is a whole nother world that is new, right? And we're just kind of exploring what you can do with unique items or artwork or clothing, or collectibles for sure. Man, we just keep going on and on and on, right? Like,
Yeah, we can go through this whole list.
There's no end. This we're just looking at MLB stats, so let's go look at MLB like actually on the blockchain now. I'll go along into Wax here real
Now,
quick.
I'm watching you go through the CryptoSlam website, cryptoslam.io, And I'm getting the feel like this is kind of like us looking at um oh my god, I've forgotten their name already. Not CoinGecko, the original. CoinMarketCap. Holy shit. Uh this is like us looking at CoinMarketCap in like 2015.
In a lot of ways, yeah. And you know, the like OpenSea right now, it's got so much traffic they can't handle it, right? Like they're
Oh yeah.
literally busting out the seams right now. And I don't know why it's just OpenSea getting hammered and not like why it's not more Rarible or some of the other marketplaces. But maybe it's just because the OpenSea kind of has the name, or I'm not really sure.
They're taking
Honestly.
the bulk of visitors, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. The
So
bulk of the traffic is definitely coming into that. So,
yeah.
you know, what we're looking at now is a very, you know, much smaller volume as far as like dollar amount goes, blockchain. So we're on Wax now. I'm logged in, you know, through looking at my Wax wallet. This is the Atomic Hub marketplace. So anytime you log into Wax, you just kind of look at their DApp page. And this is growing too. So even, you know, 6 months ago, Doc, when we started looking at this, there was like 9 of them. You know, there were like there was like this box. And they add dApps to their marketplace.
Robotech.
Yeah, Robotech. That was a cool drop. So that ended up being not very popular, but I was into it. I collected that one because I'm a dork. You know, in
Was that
80s.
is that the official
Yeah,
Robotech?
yeah. Let's.
No way.
I know that I had my own NFTs for there, but we can go look at their website too. Let's see what the DApp takes us to. Probably just takes us to the website. Yeah, they did a drop so you could buy packs, and I
Okay.
bought some of these, and then you can also blend them. There was sheer crafting. So like you get these build cards and then you can craft different things. That was actually a pretty cool project too. But again, you know, that's on Wax. So there these like nostalgia campaigns started popping up. The one that really drew me to Wax the first time was Garbage Pail Kids. And that's not on the Atomic Hub, but the Garbage Pail Kids did their first drops on Wax, and that was kind of the first time that I was like, hey, you know, that's an NFT that I want for no other reason than it's Garbage Pail Kids. Like
Right.
I need some of those, you know what I mean? So I just started buying them.
Right. I
And
mean, it
then
looks like Wax really has tried to corner sort of the what's it called? The official
they
oh
want to
my
be the
God.
NFT kings, man. They want to
Right.
be like the NFT guys. Yes.
And bringing legacy brands
Yes.
into the NFT world. That's
And
clearly what they're doing,
And they're
which is cool.
definitely not as concerned about the traditional stuff, for better or for worse. You
What
know,
do you mean?
they're looking at fun for the masses, and sharing NFTs, and then kind of like the blockchain part second. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean like, you know, here's all the tools. Here's the easy way to log in. It takes 2 clicks to make a Wax wallet. You don't need private keys unless you want them, right? And we'll manage your wallet for you out on the cloud, right? Like that, you know, you talk to a hardcore like Bitcoin traditionalist, they'll punch you in the face, right?
Right. They'll be like, what are you doing?
That's the
You're now part
stupid.
of the
What are
problem.
you stupid? Yeah, you're part of the problem. What is this shitcoin? Right? And they'll just go on and on
Yeah.
and on until you know your face is covered in saliva, and you just want to like go hide and pretend that you're not into crypto anymore, right?
Right.
And
Well,
and those same people get seen by somebody coming in who's new, and you know the toxic maximalism or whatever, and they're just like, this crypto stuff's not for me. Like why do I want to get involved in these people that are just yelling at each other and clearly angry at each other, right? Like
right. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm completely with you there. I mean, that's why back when I started originally working on the whole Trollcoin bot thing, um, I realized very quickly that, you know, I don't want to do this, you know, on the blockchain level. I'm just going to create a super centralized sort of non-crypto platform interface, whatever you want to call it, so that people can just use, what I want them to use. And, they don't need to know, how to set up an actual wallet on their PC. Some people do, some people end up getting into it, but you got to have that usability. You got to have that ease of going into this new world that's otherwise really scary. I mean, I still get scared when I send a transaction over the network. You
Oh
copy and
yeah.
paste that thing and you look at it and
You
you're
remember the
like,
first time you like actually, threw some weight on a blockchain and you're like, fuck, should I send like a test, that I said test them out? Like you're not sure, you test it, you're not sure if you trust it or not. You put the wallet
right?
address in, like you double check it like 35 times and make sure that every letter, is perfect. And literally now I throw thousands of dollars around like, I don't even verify the address half the times. I'm just literally just pushing fucking buttons. I
No,
trust the
you still
code.
have
I
to.
trust the code now, but I'm saying I still verify my addresses and do the important stuff. But
Right.
it also has become a little bit easier to do some of that stuff because we're
Sure.
building tools and the development and even like some of the seamless like remembering contacts and remembering wallets has made that a lot easier too. You don't have to manually do that stuff. There's an Ethereum name service now, which we are STAXX.Eth in one of our wallets, which is kind of cool. Like you don't even have to remember your whole Ethereum wallet anymore. You can register it to a name service, which
Oh,
is
that's
kind of
cool.
interesting. This Seven Seal game I pulled up right now is I don't even know where I found this. I saw it in a tweet somewhere. The marketing, I'm not sure where this came from. We missed the first sale, which really pissed me off because I would have got some of like the founders packs on this. But this is
Hmm.
almost like a civilization game where you have tiles and it's turn based. But again, closed player beta right now. So I haven't actually had a chance to play this yet. Uh, this is the kind of stuff that I'm starting to see though, and I watched a video, like a demo of it,
Hmm.
and I went ahead and bought a few, and I, got lucky on some of the drops too. But this is really cool. Like they're even putting in here like risks now into the white paper, and they're just say like flat out like, listen, this is a game, in development. There's a chance that it's never finished, right? Like
Right.
this is publicly available, but here's our risks, right? Which I think is cool. Like, we could be burned out, right? Like, I mean, they're literally like being totally honest in this white paper now, which I don't know, I think is kind of refreshing, in some ways. Like when I read
It is
stuff
very
like this
refreshing.
and people are just straight up fucking honest, like, listen, we've experienced burnout in the past. If one of us gets, super burnt out or pushes ourselves beyond what is sustainable, I mean, realistic expectations, they literally put it on their website here. I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Oh, I
So
think
they,
that's cool. Instead of having just a super glossy, you know, this is everything's going to be great and we're going to, reinvent the wheel and all that. But that's really cool. It's just kind of like Decentraland and Civilization put into
yes,
one.
you build a map and you have to have 6 keeps on it, and then other people play your map, and fight each other or whatever, and then you get some cryptocurrency based on their interaction on your map. And there's some
Oh,
kind of
interesting.
rules. Yeah, it's very interesting, very new. Again, never seen anything like it. But as soon as I did, I had to go buy some. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like just on the chance that this blows up or ends up being something remotely cool like Civilization, which is a game I have a billion hours in, I wanted to get in on this. Now, um, there's lots of stuff like this though, man. This is just wax. You look on Matic, there's stuff like this popping up all over Matic too. There's stuff on other blockchains. Some of my artwork. We're gonna give away some NFT Rex packs tonight. Also
Whoop,
some
whoop.
rabbit hole packs. But the other thing I wanted to show you too, because I think you'll appreciate this. Our
Friends. What
Yeah,
the
Friends
heck?
tokens are Lupe's. Lupe, Senior Lupe.
Yeah.
So he has his own cryptocurrency collection on Wax,
Oh, friends.
and he does Friends token NFTs, right? Which are like redeemable token. So I've been like bullying the Friends token market. We actually we have our own hologram token, STAXX.CLUB, that's like a blend. And we manage that. We take a monthly snapshot, and we're gonna give, we're gonna script airdrops for our token holders. And our first one was the Lupe Friends token NFT. So we gave everybody one of those. Just kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Cross collaboration. We love Lupe. He supported our project from day one. We kind of got him hooked up with Wax, so we've had a lot of fun with collaborations. Dude, I don't even know if you've seen some of my Lupe stack stuff, but man, like we've done some really fun. Like we did this double
Oh
daggers,
yeah.
like this
Right,
double
the Super Nintendo thing. That's actually pretty cool.
Now again, like we're trying to get rich off that. No, it was just an idea. I was like, man, we should do like double diamond hands. He was like, dude, that's the greatest idea ever. And whipped this up on his iPad, and we dropped it. Made a few bucks, right? I had some fun. Now I bought some of them. I'll probably just give away, or give to my friends or whatever. But that's a lot of fun. He did a chummy, which was like a generative, one of one. uh the drops represented his horse, so we grabbed one of those, and everybody that held one got a chummy stable. Yeah, and it's mining Friends tokens. Oh man, what else did we do? Oh, the original collaborations with him were awesome. Let's see if I can scroll down here and grab one. So he did our collaboration with our one of our very first collabs, and I've been using this everywhere. So he did this for and it's got music or sound too. It's like it would just like fit our theme perfectly. Our club, like together we win. Basically,
Right.
Symbolizing everything that we just talked about, man. Removing borders and boundaries, all this secular nonsense. Like, let's start working together, having fun. Who cares what blockchain's on, right? Doesn't matter if it's Ethereum or we're talking, everything still revolves around Bitcoin. No one's saying it doesn't. Just you don't have to be a jerk and spit in somebody's face and yell at them because they want to play with another video game on a different blockchain, right?
Right.
Or
I
go ahead.
I have to play devil's advocate though.
Yes, let's do it.
I mean, it's human nature to pick a side, to go with that tribe and to defend your tribe. So, even though
Yes.
yes, we're talking about that we're all in this together, realistically, I don't think that's ever going to happen because we look at humanity and we look what we're capable of and what we do, and we see all the greatness on earth, and we also see all the horror and terror on earth. So, for us to think that all of this is going to just magically, become one kumbaya party is not going to happen. But that doesn't mean that we can't still strive towards it. So, and that's why I think we're here
We're
tonight.
never gonna have a utopia, right? We don't need that, right? That I don't even think that the utopia is a good idea, right? You're talking like on the opposite end of dystopian future. When you're talking about sci-fi movies and stuff, like I think of like a Judge Dredd kind of situation. Like,
Right.
you don't want,
Lobotomy.
yeah, you don't want that. That's not. That seems like almost kind of the direction we're almost heading right now, right? Like that's not what we want. We want to have individuals with their own freedoms and rights to do whatever the hell they want. And freedom of expression and freedom of speech, right, is critical, right? It's not
It is.
something that the government should dictate, man. It's something that should be a fundamental human right.
We can have that conversation, but it's not pretty, and I'm 100% with you. Freedom of
Yes,
speech is
yes,
a fundamental human right. It's amazing what's happening, here, me personally in the United States. I'm sure we have viewers all over the world, but it's it's sad to see what's happening, what's been happening. But it's not the end. This is just a bump in the road.
Well, I like to stay positive, and I am a glass half full kind of guy. I have not always been that way. In the last couple of years, it's been tough for everybody, man. What's going on in the world is putting pressure and strain on literally every single human being on the planet, right?
Yeah, mental, physical.
Everything, right? Regardless of your capacity, where your status in life. Uh, you know, how old you are, any of that, right? All of us have been affected, and you know, I like to say like sometimes before the clearing, you know, things are darkest, right? Sometimes before like this epiphany, uh, you know, sometimes you gotta go wade through the shit, right? I just hope, you know, I hope that the things that are going on will further encourage people to at least start collaborating. You don't have to love somebody else, right? To work together to like achieve some sort of common goal, right? Like I can still have a mutual respect for somebody else, get something done, and then we can go our separate ways afterwards too, right? Like I feel like there's no respect for people right now. Right now we have a bunch of crypto celebrities, and then a huge leadership vacuum, right? There's like nothing, there's no substance, right? There's literally a bunch of people out there cash grabbing, and then you got the celebrity entertainers, and then there's not a whole lot else, right? You start scratching the layers away, you know. There's really not, there's no other Stacks Club out there, I'll tell you that for sure, right? We're the only one of that. So we might be on Stacks Island right now, and I know I'm way the fuck out there on a lot of other things when it comes to like how I'm thinking, how we're operating this business, and what our plans are in the future. But I love that. I fucking love that. Actually for the first time in a couple of years, I feel like I have purpose. I feel like, you know, educating people, getting this message out there, normalizing this stuff, creating festival atmospheres, which is obviously very tough to do in this environment. Getting people together physically, you know, in a location is very, very difficult right now. But that's not that shouldn't stop us, right? That shouldn't stop us in any way, shape, or form. And we don't have to fucking ask for permission, right?
That's the beautiful part.
Yes. I
That's
don't
what I
have to ask
loved
for
about
anybody's
crypto.
permission.
To be,
Yes.
to be perfectly clear, before I got into crypto, I was very, very interested in the stock market and trading. Um, and I never got into it because of all the paperwork.
Yep.
But when crypto showed up when I discovered in 2013, I mean, that was the drop for me personally. It was basically like playing the stock market,
Let's
but
talk about
not
that for a second. What the hell were you doing in 2013, and how the hell do you end up talking to me right now? What, you know, let's talk about you.
2013.
What the hell were you doing in 2013, bro?
Um, I found I found Bitcoin is what happened. And it wasn't even because, I was looking, well, I mean, okay. So I got into Twitch. I got into this ridiculous idea of watching someone else play video games as entertainment, which I literally laughed out loud when I first discovered
Or people getting
Twitch.
paid to play video games?
Right, right. And having subscribers and all that kind of craziness. And then of course shortly thereafter I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this myself. This is great.
Oh yeah.
So I started that, and this is of course leading on to TROLLCOIN. I discovered very early on that it would be amazing to be able to tip one another in the Twitch chat rooms, tip one another something of value, and for it to be universal. I'm a viewer, I come into your broadcast and I want to support you, but I'm a little bit of an anti-authoritarian, or I don't like corporations, so I don't want to give Twitch money to then give the broadcaster half of that money. I mean, it's still a great deal if you're a broadcaster, you're using Twitch and all of their resources to be able to put yourself out there. So it's still a good deal for most people. But why not add something else? So I wanted to have some kind of digital point of value that I could tip back and forth, and not just tip the broadcaster, but for the broadcaster to be able to tip their viewers as an incentive to watch the channel, or for one viewer to be able to send the other viewer money. I mean, it's a very basic, simple concept and idea, but yet it didn't exist. So I started looking for like digital point systems and reward systems. I found a couple of bots that people have created. Where you have like the appreciation points, or like just points that accumulated for just watching a channel, and then
Hmm.
you could send those points back and forth. I remember there was something called like gray matter or something like that I downloaded as a script, and I ran it. I was like, oh, this is cool, this is great, I can do it. And then somehow in that search, I found Bitcoin, and I'm like, holy shit, digital money. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And I think at that point was when it had reached 1,000, 1,100 that first time, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Like I'm not gonna tip someone 0.0001 Bitcoin. Great idea, but hey, let's see what else is out there. And of course, naturally, Bitcoin Talk. Um, that's back in 2013, 2014 was when everything started exploding. You had Litecoin, you had Feathercoin, you had Peercoin, you had all these different coins popping up, all these clones. And I found Dogecoin or Dogecoin or Dogecoin, however you want to say it. I still call it Dogecoin because it's a coin and there's a dog on it. So
It's the
call me,
closest thing to doggy coin we're gonna get.
yeah, and I'm not, I'm not talking about the Doge of Venice and that historical thing. So, but I digress. So I found Dogecoin and I started mining it, and then I found a bunch of other cryptocurrencies that were ninja launching or fair launching on Bitcoin Talk, and I went after that. So I stay up until like 6 a.m. waiting for the launch, so so you could mine it, and then but see, the problem was I never realized that you want to mine something, and then as soon as it gets on an exchange, you want to dump it.
Right.
I never
I
did that
made some of those
because
mistakes too in my mining career.
it takes someone with a certain mentality to do that. And those are the people that today are probably sitting on thousands and thousands of Ethereum or
I did
billions of
well on
dollars.
Ravencoin, but I definitely like held some stuff like Ubic just because I thought it was cool instead of like making the money off of it. And I don't know what, how many rigs did you have or how much scale you were, but
I never got up to a huge scale, but I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on GPUs. Like it, not like dozens of rigs, but I had enough to uh, to get kind of raise the temperature, if you know what I
yep,
mean.
yep. Well, that's
Um,
part of the problem too, right? Thermodynamics are always fighting you,
right.
so.
Yeah, and then I did set a graphics card on fire
I've set a
once
few on
actually.
fire mining.
Yeah.
We've had if see, this is the fun stuff I like talking about. And let's stop there for a second because viewers that are watching that have no idea what GPU mining is about
Oh,
or like have
crap, right.
ever done any mining. So what we're talking about is literally using a computer or a gaming computer, a graphics card, in a computer to mine cryptocurrency. You're basically solving an algorithm referred to as hashing, right? Hashing power. Certain graphics cards have more hashing power than others, and you can configure things in computers. And when you're creating a rig, you're basically just using one motherboard with as many GPUs as you can possibly stack on it before it sets on fire or doesn't work efficiently. 8 card rigs are about as high as they go before you
Yeah.
have to like specialize boards. But we've made all kinds of different like setups. And when I first actually was experimenting with it, you could still like barely mine Bitcoin on GPU. But honestly, man, to parallel your story, like I knew of Bitcoin, but I always kind of kept it at arm's length because I always thought it was kind of funny money. Like I didn't really understand why anybody would want a currency that someone else could make on their computer. Um, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and even playing World of Warcraft and like watching people pay in Bitcoin to have their characters leveled and stuff, it just never occurred to me to save it. Like, like,
Right.
hey, that might have a future as something that's going to appreciate in value. And I never really even understood the deflationary aspect of it or much about like how it worked until much, much later, 2015.
We're actually learning about the financial markets, the fundamentals of the financial system that we have now. Yeah, that's something that I didn't learn up until maybe 10 years ago.
It's
So,
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Now, your career was almost, a little different. And you're a pioneer, buddy. And again, I'm pat yourself on the back, because a lot of other people that you mentioned, even like Not So Fast and some of those like OG guys that have stood around and been here and withstood the test of time. Um, sometimes I bash OGs and personalities and stuff, but some of those guys really do deserve the respect and the accolades that they don't get. And I feel like even some of them are competing with each other almost for
Right.
attention sometimes, and like they're just constantly getting inundated by negativity, by people looking for handouts, like you said,
Oh, of
by
course.
people trying to use their name to promote things. So, as one of those people, I bet you sometimes it gets kind of lonely at the top, or you just have to deal with things that, some other people don't have to deal with, that don't have that level of, I don't want to say fame, but kind of what it is, man. We have some like crypto superstars now, like Kobe and, some of these guys,
Right.
right?
Especially Not So Fast. I mean, he's one of the OG miners. I
Yeah.
mean, there are obviously people before he got into it. I got into it pretty much the same time, and um, I was probably actually I know for a fact we realized that we were at one point we were the only two individuals mining Trollcoin because uh, there was one point where there was zero interest in Trollcoin back in I want to say 20 mid 2014 um, after the project had launched, and then it kind of died off and the original developer disappeared and I took over, and there was a period of time where there's literally nobody was mining it. It was just me and some other jackass that was taking over half half
I
of the
remember
network.
I mined it for a little bit in like 2017. I was like testing the rig and I
Right.
just grabbed
Oh, you're
your.
way late.
Yeah.
You're way late. Yeah. No, but it was
Well, you
me
were
and Not
talking
So
about it.
Fast
You were
for
talking about it
months.
like when I was mining, and you're spec mining, you want to get on the new coin, right? While the difficulty's low, while no
Yeah.
one knows about it, and that's when you can, really use your share of the pool to get those coins.
Oh yeah. And then Trollcoin's great for that because it's been a new coin for ever since 2014, you
Forever.
know. Oh yeah. So the opportunity's
Yeah,
always been there.
I remember when you change gears that you're actually joking. But remember too, so it's a real coin, right? It's a real thing, real utilities. Guys, you can go out there, put it in your Discord, go out there, check out, his page, use it, right? Use the damn things that we have available. That can make, oh, I mean, that could make your chat a hell of a lot more fun. It could definitely make tipping a lot more fun. That's what it's all about, user interaction. If you're a community manager, you want to start tipping things, man. I can already see this like on Twitter and social media stuff too. People just aren't going to click a like button anymore unless you're tipping them, or like they're getting
Right?
something out of. I mean, people are stingy with likes and retweets now. Like, you can kind of like
Yeah.
see like what's happening on the horizon, right?
We
Like
talk about that whole engagement problem quite a
engagement,
bit.
yeah, engagement is a problem per se. Like if you're a quality project, or somebody out there like us that's trying to grow, and you want to do it the right way, you don't want to buy followers, you don't want to take from other communities, right, to build
Yeah.
yours. But
And
man,
begging is hard.
yes, begging's not fun. But when you're trying to get started from nothing, it's not easy. And once you build a following and you kind of things snowball and you build a name for yourself, and you're consistent out there, then it gets a little bit easier. But I was gonna say, like, troll coin is a funny name, kind of a spoofy, project, or
Dumb, stupid,
whatever you want to call it,
ridiculous.
whatever
100%.
whatever name you want to throw at it, but it doesn't care. It's been around since 2015, and it's fucking surviving, right? It's a
Yeah. And
survivor.
and I want to reach out to all your viewers. If
Yes.
nothing else, I will do this for you. If nothing else, I get something out of it and you get something out of it. If you're curious about Trollcoin, but you have no patience, and you're lazy as hell and you don't want to do any work and you're focused on whatever you're focused on in life because it's important to you at this point, obviously it's this broadcast, I would say reach out to me and just send me a tweet either to at TROLLCOIN or at Arcadium. It doesn't matter. Or even just send out a tweet into the Twitterverse. I don't care if you have 1 follower, 0 followers, or 100,000 followers. You can use the troll hashtag, the $ TROLL, and just send out a tweet and say, TROLLCOIN sucks, or what the hell is going on with this TROLLCOIN crap? Is it even real? And I promise you, I will respond to you with a tip, and you will have some magic internet money attached to your Twitter account.
There's
if you want to
no
do that.
such thing as bad engagement for troll. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say as long as you don't get banned from Twitter. I'm not responsible for that. There are certain things you can do, certainly, but I'm just telling you right now that I will tip you some TROLLCOIN. It won't have much value, but you can play with it. You can access it via our super duper centralized dashboard, because we don't want you to have to bother with private keys and blockchains and all that kind of stuff. So you can do that, very easy to find. I'm not going to give you the link, of course. And if you want to go crazy serious into TROLLCOIN, I'm going to invite you to the best blockchain on earth, and I think both of you guys can agree with me. The Binance Smart Chain, which is the most decentralized, the most legitimate blockchain in the world.
Oof.
And what better chain to put TROLLCOIN on than Binance Smart Chain? We did that. We got it wrapped. You can actually wrap your legitimate TROLLCOIN into slightly less legitimate wrapped TROLLCOIN and go to
and put it on Binance, which is definitely the most legitimate exchange out of all of them.
Well, it's not on Binance. Screw Binance.
Yeah,
I hate those guys.
Smart Chain.
Yeah, Binance Smart Chain. You don't have to KYC. You don't have to do anything. But we're on. I want to say
But
yield.
it says right in the name, you're smart. I mean,
Yeah.
It's But anyway, so we're on there. You can go to trollcoin.com. There's a wrap TROLLCOIN thing, has all the information. You can yield, field. You can farm and field DeFi kind of stuff and all that kind of crap. And so you can do that if you want to pretend to be legitimate with the whole TROLLCOIN use case and all that. But if nothing else, we just like to have fun with it. And we like to throw it around and engage with the community and help people out.
That's clear. And I don't think it gets nearly enough traffic and exposure and just people on it. So that's why we wanted to kind of talk about it, right? Like, just let's get this on a YouTube. Now you got something here, we can share this with other people. Again, we were even talking to you about it. It is kind of a joke, right? But it's not. It's not a joke. It's a real blockchain. It works very well. You guys have been working on it a long time. There's real developers. You got real working products, real tangible things. This is not an accident, right? Like, you've been working on this thing for 7 years, right? People don't understand that you literally created TROLLCOIN to solve a problem, to enhance your Twitch streams long time ago. And this has been a journey for you, right? I mean,
and
you
we're
didn't
also
have a
looking
store like this. This is great. I mean, I love this, man. You can go out and spend your troll in your store. I mean, this is exactly what you want, right? In your economy, if you're creating a coin.
It's a hidden blockchain. It's a hidden project. And if I was a better marketer, if I was like Justin Sun with that stupid smile and grin, I'd probably be a billionaire right now. But again, I'd like to say I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because I love crypto and I got into crypto like so many other people. And I got my other crypto investments that I have no emotional connection to. But this whole TROLLCOIN thing and everything that we've done with the tipping and the store and everything is my contribution to crypto. And again, I'm not asking for anyone to buy it. Please don't go out and buy TROLLCOIN. I bet you couldn't even if you tried. But
Where do you buy TROLLCOIN if you
don't
want
worry
to,
about
like,
it.
an
Don't
exchange?
worry
Don't
about
worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Just email me.
Yeah, seriously, just email me, call me, I'll just give you some. Don't worry about it. But of course we're listed on exchanges, and that's of course, you know, with the whole Binance Smart Chain, you can actually swap BNB for wrapped TROLLCOIN. And the only reason I'm excited about that is because you know, that means that you are getting rid of your BNB and getting something of value instead. So that's the
Getting
only
that
reason.
TROLLCOIN. Well, hey, you know, you're
Yeah.
providing people an off ramp to get away from the,
Exactly,
you
a
know,
way out.
Binance. Yeah,
You know,
look at you,
Ne-
providing
never
community service.
never forget standing there taking that selfie with your passport and your ID and your little scribble and trying to look dignified as you're emailing it over to Binance. Ugh, dear God, that was
Make
probably the lowest point of my life.
make sure to put your Twitch stream in here too. That's really, like, well, it can't be that bad, and you know it's not the lowest point in your life either. Come on.
Well, okay. There's been a couple others, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty freaking bad. I mean, you guys remember 2016, 2017, you know, those are good years. And then, you know, and then 2018, 2019 comes in, and all of a sudden you get in, you know, you're trying to withdraw stuff from Binance, and they're like, nope, sorry, pull down your
2016
pants.
2016 is when I thought that I was going to get with my brothers and build like a giant, you know, full-scale GPU mining facility, and we were gonna, you know, invest millions of dollars in it, and it was gonna
Yeah.
be the future, and like that was what I was gonna do for the rest of my life.
And what happened?
We got about, I don't know, like probably like 6 or 7, you know, 8-card rigs between all of us. And then there was kind of that, you know, nuclear run up to 2017, and then you remember what happened after that. I actually did very well, you know. I
Vague
did.
memories.
Yes, well, all of us have flashbacks now too.
Once in a while, you wake up in a cold sweat.
Yes. I was lucky, right? Because we were literally on that path, and the timing of it, you know, happened, and the bottom kind of fell out, and Ethereum basically, you know, did what it did, and all the alts that I was mining just got hammered. I mean, crushed. I still, you know, was able to cash out, and I did really well. And for a while I was mining Raven coin too. You know, it was very fresh. So I did very well on that. But the money aspect of scaling a solution for GPU mining is, as you know, very, very difficult unless you have power or a way to combine the heat. Scaling effectively is just you versus physics and nature and thermodynamics, right? And we were never able to get like the location, the equipment, the money all together at the same time. But again, now looking back on it, I'm very thankful, right? Because if we had got into millions of dollars worth of debt or whatever, you know how it goes too. It's like your equipment.
2018.
Yes, your equipment becomes outdated too. And remember, then we were trying to build these things, and fucking prices on all GPUs and equipment went through. You couldn't even get it, right? Like it wasn't even how much. Like, can I spend $1,000 on a $200, you know, card right now if I want it? No, you can't even fucking get it, right? There's none available. So
on the flip side, though, I got some really nice. I think I got 6 or 7 27. I mean, 1070 Ti's. Back in 2018.
Right. So the hype cycle. If you can time the hype cycle right, you can do very well. And I'm sure there was, you know, people picking up after these miners were capitulating in 18. And I was one of them right there. I didn't quit crypto, but I just realized, like, okay, this is not, you know, I still love mining, and I love the MacGyver part of it. I love, you know, all the band-aids and like everything that we did and learned, and fighting Windows, you know, all the time. I mean, just literally that like builds character, right? Like understanding fucking
rebooting your PC and everything's gone.
Like, the hell? Like literally, you know, it teaches you a lot. Like, and for those of the for those people out there watching, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, um, if you don't know that much about computers, or maybe you weren't around 30 years ago when I was taking them apart, they have changed so much in the last 30 years from what we had then to what we have today. Like, I have no idea what the future is going to be, but without that perspective, you know, I understand that the computers that I even have in front of me here right now are literally the dinosaurs of computing, man. This is like the very beginning of the digital age. Personal computing, home computing is not going to look anything like this, you know, in another 10 years, right? Everything gets smaller, faster, quicker, and now it's going to be more online, right?
Well, eventually it'll be integrated when they're building your house.
right,
Your
right.
personal
And
computer will be
fiber optic
integrated.
networks and the whole
Yeah.
shebang, right?
I
Yep.
just want everything in my contact lens. Is that too much to ask for? Just everything.
Elon Musk, beam me up, dude.
Yeah,
Like, let's
just
go. I
internet,
don't even care anymore. I used to be
everything.
resistant, but you know what? I just want to be the first now. Let's do it. Fucking put that thing in my skull. I don't even care anymore. Let's go. Just plug me in. Plug me into the damn matrix.
LFG boys.
Let's
I'm gonna have to say farewell because I'm looking at a dog and he needs to go out for a long walk and
Yeah,
have,
man, we're-
you know, not just a number one. but
We're
a
way
number,
long
you know.
here, and I sure
Yeah,
appreciate you joining. The only thing we had left to do, I mean, we did a total lap around the internet. So the only thing we have left to do is give away a couple of packs. Those are just in our Telegram. So you're done, man. We'll let you go for the evening, brother.
Thanks so much for joining us,
let me
Karl.
stop here just to say hi to you, and see that beautiful shining face one more time. And you're in California too, so you're on West Coast, right?
Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. It's early here.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
cool.
go play some Warzone later on.
All right, man. Well, again, thank you very much for joining. And this is just the first of many, so we don't want you to be just stranger. We're doing Miami experience in November. If you can make it, I know that's a huge jump, but man, this is the kind of stuff that we want to get in. You know, festival atmosphere, displaying games, people like you, pioneers, as well as, man, getting the new people in here. You know, come on, don't be shy, don't be scared. Like, there's so many easier ways to get that entry into crypto without doing all the stuff that we just talked about, like the nightmarish stuff. And you know, that's what our club wants to do. So deep breath. Again, thanks for joining, man. Don't be a stranger. We'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourself. Go out there, follow this man. You know, check out TROLLCOIN. If you have any questions, hit us up, hit him up, email him, whatever it is. A very approachable guy, one of my favorite people on the entire planet. So again, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you hanging out with us for a couple hours tonight, man.
Biff
Pleasure,
and Doc, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. I have so many questions in my head, and I'm gonna come back and I'm going to grill you guys and have a lot more conversations. I really do appreciate it.
We knew we needed to do this on a consistent basis, so we're gonna be doing this every Tuesday night, and then our Saturday, you know, streams will be when we need them. But we'll be here every Tuesday, man. So you know,
Awesome. I'll be here whether I'm watching or participating.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you're not doing anything this Saturday, we have a good show coming up with the creator and founding team for CryptoPunks, which is one of the tribute to the original CryptoPunks. But it was a 512 supply generative drop. And to create the project, the guys actually started out by tearing down CPUs and motherboards and stuff like that, and built a punk out of like pieces and parts of computers.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you'll like that. Definitely check it out Saturday, man.
All right, I'll be here.
All right, brother. Have a good night. Thanks again for joining, man.
Take care, Karl.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
All right, so the two giveaways we need to go are like weeks old. So we said we're gonna go ahead and do two of them each. We got a rabbit hole pack here. I put the rabbit hole STAXX Vault JPEG in the middle, and the NFT Rex packs. So again, these are wallet lists and IDs out of our Telegram, which we post form links in weekly. for our stream. So again, we're behind on this one, so we're gonna go grab 2 each. So we're gonna grab 2 winners, 2 rabbit hole packs, and 2 NFT Rex packs. Doc, any questions, sir?
No questions, but if you guys aren't out there following these guys on socials, catch Rabbit Hole on Twitter at one rabbit hole one, and catch the NFT Rex creator at Pete the Creator. So go follow them, guys. Hit their socials, click their buttons.
I'm putting their Twitters in right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing out here, guys. We're networking. We're building an entire network of artists, consumers, creators, founders. You know,
Yeah, buddy.
Once we have this network built and it continues to grow, we have all of this wealth of knowledge to tap into.
It is growing too, isn't it, man? Dude, I mean,
Beautiful.
what a
Beautiful.
crazy few weeks it's been, but I'm like that good tired now, you know what I mean? Like where I just feel like everything that we do is just on the right path now. Like I feel like it's not wasted effort anymore, you know what I mean?
Right. I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Let's give away some rabbit hole packs. All right,
Let's do this.
spin the wheel. I put the name with the wallet address in here, so this is going to be a little bit easier. Not everybody put their names in, but when we do screen name, it's just name. So maybe I'll just put name in. I think screen name might have scared some of them away. OMOQW.
You're number 1 of the rabbit hole pack.
Yay!
And as far as I know, Philosoph still has not been found, correct?
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that. So Philosoph number 1 is worth 500 wax, which at the beginning of that was a nice kind of, you know, little bump for getting it, but now that wax is almost 40 cents a pop, that is quite a little chunk, right? So that got
USD value.
pretty interesting all of a sudden. Let me just check here, see where we got this address from. I was gonna see if we could call out the name, which was kind of like what I wanted to do. There it is. Yummy Steven 1. Congratulations. We'll get that pack out to you right away. Let's do one more drawing for we'll remove him and do one more drawing for a rabbit hole pack. This is fun. I love spinning the wheel too. I know it's kind of goofy, but I don't know. I like doing this. It's a cool visual, and we need to do lots more of these too. Because this is rewarding, you know, kind of what we need to get into is rewarding the people that are taking care of us and, you know, participating, right? So we need those shares and likes and comments, guys. And I know that sounds like a broken record, but it's, you know, it's just how we're going to get our brand out there. So how we're going to get this message out there, attract more people, and then, you know, snowball this whole thing. So that one didn't have a screen name on there as well. But again, guys, if you're watching, so that was Juan. Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, Juan. How about that?
Awesome.
That's awesome. So guys, next time when it's screen name, just your name, you know, whatever you want to put in there so we can call you out if and when you win. The next 2 drawings are for NFT Rex packs. So Pete the Creator came on our show. Yeah, you almost won both those 2, but sorry, next time. The NFT Rex pack is his Pete the Creator's latest project, and it was a lot of fun. This is generative 1 of 1s. Just the super goofy project.
Dude, I love both of the ones.
Every time I look at this guy, I don't know. It's just something about the art and his goofy ass face. There's no bad one. I've never seen a bad one. And even like D-Rex that pulled his birthday one the other night. I mean,
that's great.
Every combination is good. I think I had a wax one in my wallet too that's gold. And I wanted to just kind of show that off too.
That was airdropped to all the NFT Rex holders before the wax price boom.
Is that what it was? Any NFT Rex holder got it?
Yep. Anybody who's holding a NFT Rex from before the price boom.
Look how cool that is. So
So
that's the gold NFT Rex. And that's what we love, man. We love like rewarding people inside the project, you know, and that's what Pete does, right? So like, okay, so you bought my NFT Rex, I'm gonna send you a beautiful, you know, gold, low mint, high quality NFT, and that's what he did.
yep. And he does the same thing with the Imposter Punks, his other one of his other projects.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was a creator token that went out with that project, and it enables him to do, you know, airdrops to his supporters.
I love that. I love that, and that's definitely what we're
Oh,
gonna do
it's
more
great,
of.
dude.
So
Airdrops are awesome.
let's get this wheel
How great
spun.
a feeling, how great a feeling is it to open up your wallet and see a new NFT that you didn't buy?
It's cool, and it's even more gratifying from the community manager aspect of it to know that the wallets that you have on a list are the people that you want to
Yep,
reward, and you
yep.
airdrop them, and it's really easy to do and reward them. It's a great feeling, man. It really is. It's, you know,
Another
from both
amazing
sides.
feature of blockchain.
Yep, exactly. Technology that we didn't have available. All right, here we go. Let's spin the wheel for the NFT Rex pack. We got 2 of these to give away as well. And we actually have a gold rabbit hole pack that maybe we'll do a promotion for towards the end. But make sure we open these packs, guys. If you need, you know, instructions or where to go find where to open them, let us know. I swear to God, Patrick is the
I did
luckiest
win.
dude
Yeah.
on the planet. I don't know how he rigs these wheels. He must have some sort of deal with the manufacturer of
Didn't
this
he
the
already
wheel
win
spinner.
an NFT
The
Rex?
dude's the luckiest dude ever. I don't know. Right? I can't keep track of how much stuff he's won. All right. Last one for the NFT Rex pack. And then we'll call it a night. We didn't even look at any charts, but we can
Yeah, they
take
look
a
like
peek.
hot garbage.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's at 46 right now. It's definitely ranging.
Chop, chop, chop,
Yeah,
chop,
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 chop.
chop, chop your face off. Alright, going over there. Congratulations. I'll see if I have that wallet on the sheet just to call them out. Again, guys, in the future, just, you know, just put your name in there so we can call you out a little bit easier on the stream and don't have to go look at it. It's a little bit easier. TDIMK. I could probably do a search. Oh, there it is. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. So FFURKNFB. I feel like I'm on The Simpsons now where they're about to tell me something like that is inappropriate. But congratulations to that user
Phil McCracken.
for winning the pack. Yeah. We'll get that out to you guys right away. I'll get those out tonight. If you're not in our Telegram, right? I mean, why aren't you at this point, right? Again, we're doing weekly drawings and all kinds of fun stuff. Do your own research challenges. You earn cryptocurrency for just chatting in a room if you set up a Wax wallet. We've got Dust enabled in there. A bunch of experts available to you anytime. We got Doc and the mayor in there. I'm in there, you know, pretty much every morning doing something or another. So come join us. Come say hello. Ask questions. You know,
Tap into the resources.
tap into the resources. As soon as we get these out, we'll put new forms up for the next stream. You know, we also have our news channel, which I should probably put in here as well. So we set up a free Telegram news channel for everyone. All you have to do is join. It's absolutely free. I set up the feed and customized it basically myself so that, you know, the relevant news and information is going to come from your newswire. You don't have to use the links. It's, you know, if you don't want to, but then you can kind of see the newswire, as well as all of the crypto streamers within our network. That are on Twitch and YouTube, their notifications are popping up in there. So, you know, if you're not busy, you check your Telegram, say, hey, you know, Ken Bosak's on stream. Well, I'm going to go jump in his stream, right? Or, hey, maybe we're on stream. Or, you know, maybe somebody from a video game's on stream. That's exactly what we're doing this, guys. That's exactly what we're doing this to showcase the best, right? The best of the best to weed out the scams, to support the people doing real things, right?
We take
Support
you
the people
guys
doing real
direct.
things.
We take you guys directly to the source too. We're
That's right.
grabbing the founders, the creators. You know, we're not out here searching out opinions. We're out
No,
here searching out facts and taking you guys directly to it.
we're not going to make things worse by guessing, right? And we're not here to waste time. We're here to do some damage, right? Which is what we keep talking about. We're ready to, if it's not bringing this stuff to people, it's bringing the people to this stuff. When we're talking about markets, this is one part of it. When we're talking about NFTs, that's one part of it. When we're talking about distributed ledger technology, finance, right now, entertainment, artists, music, right? It's all related, and that's what our club is all about. We have professionals and people with every, interest and walks of life getting involved. So come join us. And if it's not our community, go find one that you're comfortable with, because it makes a huge difference when you are able to talk with people that have the same interests, right, Doc? I mean, that's really what it boils down to, right?
That's how we got started.
Yes, sir. Bitcoin, just a quick 1 minute, nutshell. Looks pretty awful. So we're testing this 46 and change, 47 kind of range here. We can get a little bit micro on this, but here's your, your larger range right now with this 40K bottom, which is your neckline support from our previous, formation here. So this is clearly your current, support level. This is clearly your current resistance level. Now short term, I'm expecting more consolidation, kind of chop, right? We bounced at 50K. So clearly, that was rejected. Now it looks like though, if you look at a weekly, even this daily, the volume weighted, stochastic is kind of turning around. So it almost kind of looks like, there are some believers in this, maybe another run left in this thing. With that being said, short term, we might be looking to come back and test this 40K line or this 44 line now, right? Which is another support line, short term. So just kind of plan that accordingly. This is a weekly, which again, still looks very primed for a run up. So every Tuesday, it seems like, you kind of get these Sunday, Monday sell-offs. Tuesday is kind of like the rebound, and then Wednesday is when you find out whether or not you're going to get the bounce or not. So kind of tomorrow we'll watch, see if it's critical. If you're just looking at this weekly chart, and it really ends up continuing on, so we're talking about continuation here, this red candle will fill up, right? It'll wick up, and then it'll start testing 50K again. All right, and if we continually start testing 50K, it will break. However, I personally don't think that's going to happen immediately. I'd expect something like this for at least short term, but we'll see.
I think I'm with you there. I think for right now, 40 to 50K is our range, and until we see some real change. And if you look historically, September is not a good month for Bitcoin. Historically,
I can't even believe we're talking about September, but that's interesting. That's a good historical fact that you busted out on me there. Ethereum did kind of make support on that level, so it's trading in the higher area of this range on the recent run up.
Ethereum's also running on different dynamics right now.
It is, and the FBTC, so Bitcoin topped out. So now you could look at, that looks like it's got some legs, right? Like it's want to go up and start testing that resistance again. FBTC is going to basically be your driver, not only for the Ethereum USD price, which, has definitely run up the last couple of days, but that's basically going to affect your entire, Ethereum altcoin market. What's interesting now, though, is you have other market dynamics with like other coins like Wax that we also watch all the time. And is Wax and Ethereum tied together, right? Because they really shouldn't be. Nah. But the market cycles and dynamics between some of these projects and coins right now is going to be very interesting. So,
well, and another thing that a lot of people don't realize too is Wax is actually tied to Ethereum and has been for a little while. They've just recently integrated some of their own version of DeFi as well. but you
Wax
can
was originally actually crowdfunded on Ethereum. So the
on
original
Ethereum.
Wax token was Ethereum. It was SR, an ERC20, and then they moved, and created their own chain spinoff of the EOS protocol.
Yep. Well, but now you can get wrapped wax on the Ethereum blockchain under the ticker Wax E.
Yep.
So
And I've seen these other DeFi, things starting to pop up too. I don't know that Wax needs like a traditional DeFi, but it definitely
right.
needs some expansion from like Alcor, which is the exchange we're trading Wax on right now,
Well,
and the Wax derivatives. There's no reason why they can't expand some staking and like DeFi of the actual
I
tokens.
think I think what they're trying to access, and I don't know if it's, I don't even know if it's in development or anything, but what it sounds like to me by them building this DeFi protocol is to hopefully be able to eventually cross-chain NFTs
Uh,
alongside the actual token.
I think so too. I think cross chain, is the future. Even Dust, is working on Matic now. So,
Yep. Yep.
they're not moving away from Wax. They're just also moving on to Matic,
Right.
right? Which makes
Right.
sense, right?
Well, and
So,
the whole reason they're able to do that is because of the Wax E and the DeFi capability of entering their token on a separate layer into the Ethereum protocol.
was there anything else that you wanted to look at charts? I mean, we'll just, yeah, I'm kind of with you. We'll watch the rest of this week, Chop City. Let's talk about Saturday. I'll just quit my share here so we can see your beautiful face again. Saturday, so we are locked in. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I am going to pull up the CryptoPunks because that's what we're going to probably be talking some Saturday action, right?
Oh yeah, Saturday is going to be an interesting show. We're going to talk to Ahmed and Cam Taylor from the CryptoPunks project, which I don't know if, obviously if our followers are aware or not, but like I said earlier, it's a 512 supply generative art NFT drop on Ethereum. The drop got a little botched. They ended up with a bot that found a way to, or a guy that had a bot that found a way to exploit the contract and was able to get 150 of the 512 into one wallet. So
I did not know that actually,
yeah,
but there's a lot of people out there doing stuff like that.
Yep, that was a little bit of a supply chain shock and stuff like that. So, I look forward to talking to the guys about that. It hasn't really seemed to affect the price yet, as far as like, the guy's not dumping on anything. And I know he even was involved, the guy who did grab the 150, he was involved in the Discord, spoke with the community. I haven't really seen how it was resolved or if it was resolved, but
well, most
like
of
I
the
said,
time they're not looking to dump. Most of the time they're just looking to get the advantage on the drop so they can get more of them or mint them. Now you got two like these mints, like kind of what Dilemma was talking about. Again, we'll close it up here. I know we're running long, but
yeah, you're good.
The problem with the mints too is the people with lots of Ethereum can pay extra gas fees for their mint and cut in line. We got to do something to stop that because that's just ridiculous.
Well, it can be stopped very easily by the project creators.
Yeah, stop doing mint on demand like that, but
or mint on demand, but have it written into the contract that there's literally one per address. So even if someone wants to do it, they've literally got to set up 150 different Ethereum.
Right. Well, it's make it tougher for them at least.
Exactly. And I know there will be bots that are created for that too. But if each NFT has to be minted into a separate address, I mean, you're talking creating 150 keys. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it does route it differently, and just makes it more difficult. But yeah, definitely need to figure something out with some of these projects. And that's part of the growing pains of where we're at right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, everything is everything we're experiencing right now with all this craze is all first run. So even your
People
copycat,
like
even
the,
your copycat projects are part of the learning process. It's almost a necessary evil for the market to be flooded like that. You don't figure certain things out until you have stress tests. You know what I mean?
yeah, developers out there too, man, like bot prevention and bot execution and ways to combat bot activity is a huge need right now. Like there's
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
there's
It's not
not
just in crypto either. My first
no.
experience with it was back in like 2012, 2013, when I was real into buying sneakers. That was my first experience with fighting bots,
Mm.
and it was a pain in the butt back then.
Well, it's just gonna get worse too. So we might as well start building tools and effective measures to combat it now. It's a awesome show. I mean, I love these unscripted
Absolutely.
shows. We didn't even talk about it, at the beginning. All of these are, informal, unscripted shows. We appreciate the feedback and the questions that come from you guys. Thank you out there, in our audience. Thanks, guys, for the shares, and retweets and follows and subscriptions. We really appreciate that. Please continue to do it. That's how we get this word out there. If there's something that you guys want to see on our show, there's a good chance somebody else wants to see it too. So let us know, if there's a particular guest, something, we want us to cover, a game, an angle, an artist, we find that most of
Yeah.
these people in crypto are very approachable. So, let us know. And
Shoot us an email, guys.
yeah,
DM us on socials. We're in Telegram. We're on Twitter all the time.
if it's not one of our directs or our socials, you can email us through the website. Just go out there and click on the link and, contact us. We're Goldman Stacks at Proton Mail. Or you can email me directly, Telegram. Again, we're very accessible, very easy, easily approachable. We got some huge plans, not only for our products, this club and our website, but our members. We want to focus on our members and the people that are making this happen for us as well. And again, thank you to Toop and Patrick and you guys that are out there, being
E-man.
yeah, our staff. I mean, without you guys, none of this would happen. And we appreciate you and, want to take care of you guys as well. So my hat's off to you. I'm going to put that back on because I'm clearly bald, but, I love you guys. The future is ours, right? Like literally it's just a giant oyster. And we've got some super exciting things that we're already a part of, right? We've already changed people's lives, right? We've already come to this point now. It just feels like the future is like, after this grind, like what we're gonna actually accomplish and what we're gonna see, the growth. I mean, it's already like I've seen it like to the point where I'm super satisfied, but I don't even feel like we've
I feel like we
started.
haven't even scratched the
Yeah,
surface.
like we haven't even started the real journey yet. Like
Yep.
it's always the grind to get the architecture, the foundation, the layer base, built. But now we kind of have that. We know who our key players are. We know how we want our community to work. And now we get to do the fun stuff to build that up, to include the people that are, that have bought in as well to our system, to the way we're doing this. And then we're going to include all these people in the network, grow it out, like you said, and the rest is, just going to be a blast. So,
Yep.
Doc, any closing words, man?
I had a great time tonight, man. It's always a pleasure talking with Karl.
These things are
Yeah,
so fun. And
he and I
Karl,
have crossed
yeah,
paths. He and I have crossed paths so many times in so many different communities and so many different capacities. And yeah, it's always a pleasure talking to him.
Carl's a great guy. Very easy to get behind somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
Again, falls right into our wheelhouse, man. Supporting
Yep.
real people, doing real things, but he's been around doing it a long time. And
Yep.
again, he's not,
He was one of the first who didn't ask permission.
Yes, and he's
saw
not
the
looking
need.
to become a super celebrity. He's here because he wants to be,
Right.
you know, and he deserves a hell of a lot more recognition and followers than he's getting. So go ahead and give him that love he deserves, guys. And you know, we're gonna keep bringing those people to you so that we can meet them together as a club. You know, talk informally and have fun, right? And spread this stuff around, right? And there shouldn't be the big questions and fallacies and nonsense like, you
Trying to
know,
take some of
noise.
this, yeah, trying to take some of this elusiveness
Yeah, let's get
from
rid of
it.
that noise. We don't need any of that crap, right? Nothing to be scared of. It's all just ones and zeros, man. Ones and zeros and buttons to press. So don't be scared. Hit us up, guys. As always, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining. I'm going to go ahead and flash up the ending soon screen here, and we're going to play a little music on the way out. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Stacks
Thanks
the
for
planet.
joining tonight,
Yep.
guys.
Make sure you join us Saturday night. We've got a special show planned. We're gonna, you know, talk about CryptoPunks, and the CryptoPunks, as well as, you know, all kinds of NFTs and everything going on in the markets. Take care of yourself. We love you. We'll see you next time. Doc, love you too, man. Take care of yourself, brother.
You too, brother. Take care, man.
All right, peace out.